Hello students, I am Mitali Rai. Today I am going to cover AC and DC drive. So first we will be covering introduction to electrical drives, parts of electrical drive system, torque equation and multi-quadrant operation. So first is introduction to electrical drive. Control of motors is required in many industrial and domestic applications. That may be in transport system, textile, washing system, conveyor system. In any system, the control on motor should be required. So to control the motion of the motor, we have to take the help of other equipments or other units like controlling unit, sensing unit, power modulator, all these things. So the combination of all these equipments are known as our drive system. So we can take one example. So you can see the example of electric drive. So a ceiling fan motor with its speed regulator but without blade. Okay, one fan can run without blade. Okay, so that is one drive. That means only with that motor will run. But if we will control, if we will connect the blades, that means a ceiling fan with motor, regulator and blades, then that combined system will be called as electrical drive system. So what is the difference between this electrical drive system and electrical drive? Suppose only one motor will run, that is our drive. Then if that will be controlled by any controlling system, then that will be known as our electrical drive system. So what is the block diagram of electrical drive system? In electrical drive system, first here it will be the main source. Here it will be the main source. Then from this source we will come to our controlling unit. Then from that we will be going to motor. This is our motor. So now this motor will run, means this drive will be run, and for the operation of this motor all these are required because we will be getting our output here. That is, this one is our load, means this one is your output. So to get our desired output at this load side, we have to connect this controlling unit here. So which is combinedly give us one electric drive system. So it is a combination of all these parts. Next, coming to the block diagram of electrical drive system. So first, what are the main parts of electrical drive system? If we will go for the block diagram, then what will be the block diagram? First, here the source will be present. This one is source. From this, the output will be going to this power modulator. Then from this power modulator to our motor. Then from this motor our output will be connected. That means our load will be connected here. And from this motor, after this motor, one sensing unit will be here. Sensing unit will be here. Then from this sensing unit, one controlling unit will be here. Controlling unit. And the required input command will be given to this controlling unit. So what does this block diagram means? So first the input will be given from this source. This is the main input. Then as per our requirement, already the topic name is AC or DC drive. In case of AC, already that direct input will be collected here. But in case of DC drive, we have to convert this AC to DC. That means as per our requirement, the power modulators will be present here. That may be inverter, that may be converter, that may be rectifier, any type of power modulator will be converted here. So that means this power modulator will convert the input AC supply to our desired output, which will be act as the input to this motor. Then directly the load will be coupled with this motor. So what happens if there will be any error? Then this is one example of closed loop system. if there will be any error, that means at this point we are not getting the desired output, then this signal will be fed back to the sensing unit. Then that output of this sensing unit will be controlled by this controlling unit. So what happens at this controlling unit, as per our demand or requirement, input command, external input command will be given here, and which will modify the signal here, and now the output from this controlling unit will go to this input of this power modulator. So in this way, in this recycling way, or in this closed loop system, we can get our desired output. So this is the block diagram of our electrical drive system. So what are the main parts of electrical drive system? Load, power modulator, control unit and sensing unit. So what is load? Load is a machinery designed to accomplish a given task. So what is our task? What is our requirement? That will be indicated by this load. Then power modulator, it modulates power flow from the source to load, limits the source and motor currents during the transient operation, that may be starting, braking and speed reversal. That means in between the source and load, this power modulator is present. As per our requirement, or in case of extra overload or extra high voltage, it will limit the input to this load. So this is known as our power modulator. Then this one is control unit. It will control or protect the power modulator and motor, and it operates at lower voltage and power level. That means it will control the input to this power modulator. If the output of power modulator is not equal to the power of this load, then that will be fed back to again this power modulator through this controlling unit. That means it will control the input to this power modulator. Next is sensing unit. It senses certain drive parameters such as motor current and speed, which are required either for protection or closed loop operation. Protection means if high voltage will flow, extra high current will flow, that will be sensed by this sensing unit. In that case, again that will go through this power modulation. That means again rectification is required. So all these are the importance of all the parts of this electrical drive system. So next is rotation, this torque equation. So how the torque equation is being generated? Suppose see, this one is motor. So now this motor, this is the shaft of this motor. It will run, it will rotate in one direction, and the load which will be connected with this shaft, that will operate in same direction or in opposite direction. As per that, the direction is given here. The direction is given here. And normally what happens? The equation is TE minus TL is equal to, this one is TE minus TL is equal to J omega by dt. This one is our angular speed. This one is our angular speed, and this one is our load torque, and this one is our motor torque. This one is our motor torque. Here we can also write it as Tm. So what is this load torque and what is this motor torque? Torque is in linear motion generally we call, which is force. In angular motion or rotational motion, that same force is known as our torque. That means if there will be a change in angular displacement with the application of external force, that will be named as our torque. That will be named as our torque. So how does it, what is the impact of all this torque? So there are two torque. One is our motor torque and one is our load torque. Okay. So motor is connected with this load. Motor is connected with this load. Suppose we will take one example of pulley. Pulley, what happens generally in pulley? What happens? Pulley is like this. Means one pulley will be here, and here one rope will be connected like this. Rope will be connected like this. in this side one weight will be given, means that is known as counter weight, that is known as counter weight, and here load is given, here load is given. Okay, so this one now motor is present here, and here one counterweight is present, and here load or weight is given here. So why it is called as counterweight? Suppose our aim is to change the motion of this weight or load. That means this load will move in upward direction or in downward direction, and it is connected with this pulley. If no counterweight, means the weight opposing to this weight of this load side will not be given, then the motion of this load will not be controlled. So to control this motion of this load or this weight side, there should be a counterweight in the opposite side. So what happens, you can see from this diagram. So this one is load. If this load side, the weight of this side will be more than this side, then it will move downward. Then it will move downward. If this side will be empty, there is no load, that means now the weight of this counterweight is more than this empty case, okay. That means in this way we have to make the balance between this counterweight and this loaded or empty cage, so that we can avoid any type of accidents. So that for that these are the equation. If our TE, means the motor torque, minus TL is greater than 0, that is known as, in that case that will be called as acceleration. That means what is this? Our motor torque will be more than load torque. If motor torque will be more than our load torque, so this one is our load torque. Suppose now this one is weight, so the weight is present here. So this will be our direction of load torque. So in that case, if our motor torque, that may be TE or TM, if this is more than this torque, that means now it will help this weight to move upward. Now the weight will move upward. This side weight will move upward. That means this is known as our acceleration. So what happens? In that case, this is more than our TL. So similarly, if TE is less than TL or TE minus TL is less than 0, then is deceleration, and if they are equal, then that is our constant speed. If our this torque direction, motor torque direction, and this load torque direction will be same or equal, then they will be labeled at same position, means there will be no change in the position. Okay, so next is our multi-quadrant operation. So what is this multi-quadrant operation? So before going to this multi-quadrant operation, I will tell you. So if this one is torque axis and this one is negative torque axis, this is our omega angular speed and this is minus omega. So this is quadrant 1, this is quadrant 2, quadrant 3 and quadrant 4. So what happens here? So generally our torque is directly proportional to P and directly proportional to omega. Okay, that means it can be written like T is equal to P into omega, power into omega. So in multi-quadrant operation, generally there are two modes. One is motoring mode and one is braking mode. Motoring mode and one is braking mode. So what is this motoring mode and what is this braking mode? Suppose here, when the electrical energy will be converted into mechanical energy, that if the direction is same as the direction of the motion, then that is known as our motoring mode. If the mechanical energy will be converted to electrical energy, means reverse direction, and in that case the direction will oppose to the motion, so that is known as our braking mode. So from this motoring and braking mode, now this multi-quadrant operation, in this multi-quadrant operation there are 4 quadrants which will tell about the braking and motoring modes. So what happens in this diagram, we can see this is one here, this side is, this is the first quadrant, second quadrant, third and fourth quadrant. So what happens here? So you can see now this one is pulley. From in this side the counterweight is present, and in this side the loaded cage is present, means this one is cage. So what happens? You can take the example of crane. So in crane generally what does it do? Crane, it lift up the weight. It will, suppose at the ground the crane is present, the weight will be put into that crane, and that crane will move up, and at some position it will unload the weight present in that crane. Again it will move downward, and again it will put all the required weights, and again it will move up. So this is up and down motion of the crane. So according to that motion, how does it work? We can generally clear from this, we can get clear from this diagram. That is one example of multi-quadrant operation. So what happens? So now we already, this case is loaded. This case is loaded. So if case is loaded, now it is ready to move upward. So once it will be loaded, now it will move upward to a certain height. Then it will be unloaded. So now what will be the direction? It will move down to up. That means the direction, motion will be in upward direction. If the motion is in upward direction, always remember that the counterweight of this counterweight should be less than the weight of loaded case, but it will be more than the weight of empty case. Otherwise, there the chances of accidents will be there. That means now this loaded case weight is less than this counterweight, so it will counterbalance the weight, so that the speed of this motor will not exceed. So that's why, so now it will move in upward direction, means the motion is in this direction. So motion is in this direction means the omega m, the angular motion will be in this direction. So now the load, now this one is loaded. So this one is loaded means always the load, when the case will be loaded, the torque will be downward. So you can see here the torque is downward. The direction is given in this way, in clockwise means it is downward. So what happens here? In this direction, the omega is in anticlockwise direction. Here omega is in anticlockwise direction, and the load torque is in clockwise direction. So here the case will move upward, means the motor should run in anticlockwise direction so that it can lift up the loaded case. So what will be the direction of motor torque? It will be anticlockwise direction. Okay. So what will be the here our power is directly proportional to T and omega. Here we have to make one correction. So power is equal to T into W. So in upward direction, what will be our power? Power is equal to T and W, and you can see now motor, this one is our omega m and this is also Tm. So now these are in anticlockwise direction. For anticlockwise direction, always the sign is positive. Always the sign is positive. So these are anticlockwise direction means plus into plus, it will be positive. So power is now positive. Power is positive means it is motoring mode. It is motoring mode. So now this one is motoring mode. So now what happens? Now what is the direction of this motion? This motion is in positive direction. So this is known as our forward motoring mode. Similarly, you can shift to this second quadrant. So what happens here? Now this one is empty cage. This one is empty case, means we have to, the counterweight should be more than this empty case, otherwise suddenly this empty case will move up and here the accident can occur. So this counterweight should balance the weight of this empty case. That's why here motion is in this direction. So now this one is, what happens, this one is our reverse. You can see this one is our omega m direction and this one is our Tm or Te direction. They are in opposite direction. One is clockwise and one is anti-clockwise. So here power will be plus into minus. Okay. So now this one is negative. Negative means this one is braking mode. This one is braking mode. This one is braking mode. And here you can see the motor is moving in opposite direction and here motor is moving in opposite direction, and here Wm is moving in this direction and TL is moving in this direction. So this one is known as our reverse braking mode. So now come to this third quadrant. Here third quadrant, now this empty case should move downward. So motion is downward. So this one is omega m, this one is TL, and here this one is Tm or Te. So power is equal to what? Our Tm into omega m. So Tm into omega m, they are both are negative. So negative means positive. Positive means again this one is our motoring mode. But what is the direction of Tm? Tm is clockwise. Clockwise means negative. So this one is reverse motoring mode. And come to this IV fourth quadrant. Here the direction omega m is this one. Our TL is this one and Tm is this one. So power will be Tm into omega m. So reverse direction means positive, negative means it will be negative. So negative means this one is braking mode. This one is braking mode. But what is the direction of Tm? Direction of Tm is in reverse direction means positive. So this one is forward braking mode. You can see from this figure which are the different modes of our multi-quadrant operation. So this much for today. If you have any doubts, you can contact me on my WhatsApp number, that is 9778719239. Thank you.
झीटीए तो माटी आम सामाजिक और पारिवारिक जीवनर मूल कथाटी से माने आगकू गले आगकू जीव संसार आम झील मैंने आ पुओंकठू पछरे नाहांती एबे तो बदली गलानी समय बदली गलानी जुग से झील माननकू आहुरी आगकू नहीं आत्मनिर्भरशील और स्वावलंबी करने ओडिशा सरकार सुदक्षा योजना रे सरकारी ITI माध्यम संपूर्ण मागणारे जोगई देउछंती सबु प्रकार उत्कृष्ट मानर वैषयिक ज्ञान कौशलर तालीम। एबे आम झील रहिबे सबुठू आगरे सबुठू उपरे।
मु सफल मु कुशली मु सुदक्षा।